Okay, we are live. We're live.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna wait for people to go ahead and come on in. What's up? We got 2 people in the building already. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Hold on, let me see. Okay, y'all make sure y'all come on in. Drop them flowers or bumblebees in the comment section so we know whether you're new or if this is your first time here. We got a lot to learn today, y'all. So go ahead and slide on in.
Don't be putting no early pressure on me.
What you say?
Don't be putting no early pressure on me.
I like that shirt. You made it?
No, I don't make shirts.
That's a cotton picking lie. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
Well, think outside of the box.
You said, wait a minute. Think outside of the box. I like the fact that the box is outside of the box. That's smart.
I know. Look, I bet you're still looking at it like, hold on. Think outside of the box.
No, I got it right away.
Yeah.
I got it right away.
Now, depending how you view situations, you can look at this and say, yeah, but why is thinking inside of the box? And the only thing out of the box is the box. But that's how much you got to think outside of the box.
Yeah, because see, you do too much sometimes. Like
it's enough to watch this and ponder, and you can have a real discussion about this. Ponder, yeah, it's a college word.
Not the ponder.
Yeah, it's a college word.
You said a college word. Don't do it to me.
Yeah, it's a college word.
Yeah, we waiting for everybody to come on in.
All
Today is going to be the first show that is on a opposite day of what it normally is. It's normally on Wednesdays.
Okay.
And this is the first show that is on Thursday. So people who haven't been following on social media, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, might be thrown off like, wait a minute, what's going on?
So how do they see this? Like how are they logging in with the link you sent me, or are they logging in for the actual
they logging on to either the channel, so they're when the post notifications come on, they can go right to my channel and it'll take them to the video.
Yeah.
Or my Facebook page, we're also live from there too. So what's up, Facebook?
Oh, nice.
So
what's up, Facebook?
We're live. What do you say?
I said, what's up to your Facebook?
What's up, y'all? Yep. So we are live from Marcela's Way YouTube and Marcela's Way Facebook. So what's up, y'all? I see y'all coming on in. Y'all make sure y'all drop a comment or whatever, so I know y'all in here good. And then once we get a couple more people in, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the interview. I know a lot of y'all do not know what's going on, but for y'all who are not on my Instagram page, Talk is today, Thursday, instead of yesterday, Wednesday. It's going to be Thursday from now on. So yeah, we're doing new things out here, okay?
I should have had some tea.
You should have. You should have.
Let me call my peoples. Someone bring me some tea.
Exactly. You should have came prepared for the tea.
Listen, see, that's one of the first lessons we need to talk about is you may not always be prepared, but you got to be able to pivot. You got to be able to pivot and just
that is a fact.
Make it happen. So if I came totally prepared, I actually would be unprepared. How could I really be prepared?
See, that you're doing too much already. You're doing too much already. Like it's a lot going on.
I'm saying it's not like we had a script. We didn't have a script. You didn't send me notes. You didn't send me questions. So I can't prepare for something. I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm just here.
And that's the funny thing about it. On Talk, you'll be surprised how many guests have come here and like, can you send me the questions?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's the beauty of Talk. There are no questions. Like I know the questions. You just have to like think on the go.
Well, I'm ready.
But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So the people here, people will start streaming in after we get going or whatever. So first I want to go ahead and introduce our guests. Okay. So I'm sure this is a new face to our community. A lot of you guys may have never heard of Miguel Global in the t-shirt community before, but guess what? We're going to learn. All right.
You're gonna
So
learn today, baby.
we going to learn today. Okay. So we got a podcaster, a social media influencer. So I got so much for you. Marketing expert, musician, author, speaker. You don't like to call yourself a chef, but you definitely are. Chef, but no chef.
I'll take it.
And we got and did I say entrepreneur? That's across the board. Like entrepreneur for sure. But one major thing that he's become of late is a t-shirt maker. So he is just like us. Although he doesn't run his t-shirt business full time like a lot of us, he still is a t-shirt maker, and a dang good one at that. Okay, he got the whole thinking outside the box, but it's in the box and out the box. It's a lot going on.
Don't steal my shirt. It's copyright.
Whatever. But the most important title that this guy has of all titles is he is blessed and honored in life to be my big brother.
Only when you need something. I don't know you the other 364 days a year.
Yes. So yes, this is not like my play brother. This is my actual, we have the same mother, same blood brother. Okay.
Let me write this day down for claiming for me. Hold on. I'm gonna write this date for me.
Whatever.
All right,
anyway, are you gonna write it down for real?
I wrote it down.
What was the write down for?
Just because, you claim me for the first time in all these years.
Anyway, whatever. Okay, so there's your introduction. So, of all those things that I just named, which one is your favorite?
That's a difficult question because I think all of them probably encompass who I am, which is why I was led to every aspect of being an entrepreneur. Marketing, believe it or not, did not go to school for marketing. I've had no interest and aspirations from young in marketing, or at least the subject marketing. I went to school for international business. And even when I took further studies, I steered clear of marketing, other than what college required, a few class intro to marketing. But for some reason, through the years, at least the last 10 years, I found myself at very, very high levels, positions in corporate America, and ended up in marketing. And I clearly have something that's a natural gift, because in those situations, I've been in the room with people that have masters in marketing or they're senior vice presidents of marketing, and they have seemed to rely on my insight, and more than not, they actually go with my insight. So marketing just kind of came as a natural gift that kind of was pulled out and extracted. And I've used it. It's been every aspect of what I have done. Maybe I just never stopped to label it as, wow, instead of just specific business development, I'm actually a marketing guy.
Absolutely. That's the thing that I think is just makes the most sense. You all, this guy, we'll get to his ability to sell salt to a slug later. But anyway, when did you realize that this social media thing was going kind of crazy? It's just, MySpace popped up, Instagram popped up, Facebook, all of this different stuff. And when did you start kind of trying to find your way into social media? And what was the first area that you got into?
I believe everybody can relate to this. One of the early ideas or introductions to social media was MySpace. I think that's when everybody still had $56 dial-up modem, AOL. And you were just happy to get a slight connection. And then it evolved and you got streaming, and then it was, cable internet was just fast. But I used to be in the music business. So MySpace was a strong component back then of being able to have the ability to stream music on your profile, But who would have ever thought from then to now, holy crap,
Crazy. Yes.
that we would be able to achieve what we can on social media now. And I think for myself, I love a challenge. I am the person that really runs into the fire when it comes to learning something new, or when everybody say you can't do it, I'm like, well, what if we can? So I already naturally had that thought process, but over the last 4 years, I have really made an effort to learn it as much as I can. And here's the reality. Social media, and especially if you're trying to monetize it, right? Like if you monetize in social media, is different than if you're just playing on it. Because if you're playing on it, you have no direction. But if you're trying to monetize it, you have to understand one component, that you're up against a robot. And by up against a robot, this is the battle of human intelligence versus artificial intelligence. So I really had to try to figure out how to learn as much as I could about the AI and social media. And that is when I began to receive success. And that wasn't until the last year. So it takes a while. But MySpace started it, and here we are. Now you got tons of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's up, Educated Natural? How are you? Welcome. That's Marcela's Way fam. T-shirt man Los, what's up? Welcome. That's also Marcela's Way fam. We had T-shirt man Los on last week. So I appreciate y'all for coming on. T-shirt man Los said, hey guys, I'm here and ready to learn.
There we go. Get out that pad and that pen. Ask me what you want while I'm here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. At the end, we're gonna after I get through with these questions, I'm gonna let y'all just have at it. As long as he here, as long as we holding them, we'll go ahead and get with it. All right. TikTok is really big right now. When did you decide to get on TikTok, and how did you grow your following?
So this is a real true story that, I don't care if one of your followers take this thought process and use it for themselves. You actually become very successful if you adopt to the thinking. So I released a book in June of 2020, and the book was nothing I ever dreamed of. It was just, I was bored. It was COVID. Everyone was locked down. And I said, let me find something tangible to create that I can utilize my creative mind. So post the book, people were saying, well, how can I see some of your food creations on Instagram? But again, understanding the landscape of social media, my original following in Miguel Global, I didn't want to destroy that credibility with posting a whole bunch of stuff for food. So you got to be careful how you brand something. So I said, okay, I don't want to be known as the guy that can cook over the guy that does business, the guy that travels the world, the guy that's in global bit. I don't want to be known as that, right? Over that. So I said, well, I could do both. So I got the book. I'll create an Instagram page and I'll just put whatever I cook up there, no stress. And it was okay. In 1 year, maybe I grew, I don't know, 1,000 followers. Instagram is hard for the most part, because you have to have something external to drive the Instagram. Nonetheless, some of my book buyers, and I'll never forget her. Her name is Michelle from South Africa. She texted me, I want to say 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because she was in South Africa. And she said, Miguel, I just purchased your digital book. And oh my God, check these pictures out. I cooked the lasagna in the book. So, okay, you get somebody from Texas or the Midwest, but somebody all the way in South Africa that follows me and says, wow, this food is delicious. And she said, look, you need to be on TikTok. Instagram is okay, but your skill level. I said, yeah, but I already don't have enough time. My hands is in so many things. And a month later, 5 more people said, you should be on TikTok. You should be on TikTok. You should be on TikTok. So, you got to be smart enough to listen to your audience. So when people are requesting things, if you ignore them, sometimes you lose. So I say, you know what could it hurt? Why don't I just do this? I'll take the same video I post on Instagram, no effort. I'll just translate it to TikTok and see what happens. Right. So long story short, that was 3 months ago. So 90 days before now, I've only posted a third of what I posted on Instagram. And I mean, I'm already pushing 200,000 followers, and I am 100,000 likes away from 1 million. That's in 3 months. It's insane. Crazy. And by proxy, my book has risen to #1 on the charts. But I'm not telling people to buy my book. See, when you're smart on social media and you use the captive audience to have a call to action, they will automatically do it if it's easy. And then that sent my book sales up, I think in August. I mean, mind you, this is $0, zero promotion, nothing. I sold 186 books in a month. Now, that's not millions, but I'm telling you, that's a lot of books to be sold off of nothing but a food post. So that's when TikTok began to really, I started sitting up in my chair. I said, okay, well, you know, I can make some travel money off of this food thing. And so now I post on both. And now my Instagram has grown. So it took me a whole year and a month to grow 1,000 followers. But now I grew an additional 1,500 followers in the last 2 months. Why? They're funneling from TikTok now over to Instagram, and now books are selling on Instagram. So if they miss it on TikTok, they see it on IG, and then you could kind of gauge your audience and create something different for each one of them. And it seems to be working.
Absolutely. Look, okay. Well, let me ask you this.
What's your, by the way?
Okay, and welcome. We have somebody new on the live. Well, actually, in our comment section, Melanie Giroux, realtor, is actually Miguel Global's wife and my sister-in-law. So welcome, Mel. Welcome to the live. Y'all make sure y'all show her some Marcela's Way love. What is the most views you've gotten on one TikTok?
Now, matter of fact, I posted it when I was with you, and now in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, is 4.6 million views and almost 1 million likes and almost 100,000 shares. Like it's nuts when you think of that cult-like following on TikTok. Has done really well by what I've said years ago on the ability to grow. So if you do t-shirts, if you're starting a business, if you do hair care products, beauty, whatever you do, the primary goal is for you, number one, is to capture the person's attention, right? Mm-hmm. Years ago, you had 8 seconds. You had 8 seconds to capture and hold someone's attention before they get past the threshold, and in a hope to retain them. You don't have that long no more, because the average person sits on their phone and they do what? They look until they see something on the phone that they actually want to stop and look at. So I figured that out with food, is that if you look at all the other food on the internet, when they post it is different. My ability, and I think my advantage, is I know how to capture the essence of the video to make you kind of move your spit around your mouth, say, damn, I'm hungry, right? Yeah. So I get it. So no matter if you're doing diamonds or whatever, I understand angles, I understand film, I understand music, which is a component. So, and I look at my people's comments. If you're not reading your comments, the internet doesn't lie. The internet always wins, right? Yeah. So you got to have tough skin to be able to take the good and the bad when you're on a public forum, right? Because when you're on a public forum, they're going to be totally honest with you. And as an entrepreneur, you need that. You can't have a bunch of fucking yes people around just saying, oh, you're amazing, you're great, oh, roddy rod, then behind your back something else. The internet, they don't know you. They don't have, they don't care. They're going to be honest. So what I do is I listen. And you know what most people say? Oh my God, mouth watering. I had a guy the other day. I think it's amazing. He was had to be in his 50s. He's in some country town in his truck, because he told me, he said, listen, sir, I am on the road, on the way to the grocery store. Please answer my comment. I need to know, what did you use to make XYZ? I said, that's amazing. Like somebody is stopping their functions in a day because of a video I posted, and it made them make a call to action and say, I want to do what he did to feed myself or my family. That's when you know that you're successful in anything you do, because it don't. Now, if people are saying the opposite, oh, this sucks or whatever, you can't think that they're haters. You have to figure out, because this is research and development, right? The internet gives you a chance to really know whether you got the juice or you doesn't. Absolutely. Or you don't. But you cannot get upset. You can't always become emotional and switch your decision just because of a few bad remarks. You just got to take them, and it works. For me, it's working a whole lot. And for other people that I've taught, because I do own a consultant company and I teach people startups and all that stuff you may talk about, but it's always the simplest thing in social media that makes the difference between a dud and a rock star. It's not a lot. And don't get don't get bombarded because you've been doing it for 3 years and somebody they got millions of followers. Because I'm the first to tell you, I have a lot of celebrity friends, and it's just the way the game play. 200,000 may be authentic, but 1 million may be fake. But guess what? People understand that perception is reality. And you know why viral videos become viral? Just like relationships. Nobody wants you when nobody wants you. That's a fact. Nobody wants you when nobody wants you. And when nobody's liking and commenting on your picture, nobody wants to be the first. But you'll get momentum. When all of a sudden you start getting a lot of comments, all the people that never will comment will be confident enough to give their opinions. And that's why you need to get that rolling. You need to get that rolling frequency early.
Right. Absolutely. 100%. We got so many people coming in. Fidel, hello. Welcome. Naquan Gates, hello. Welcome to the live.
Naquan Gates up here. Shout out to the super rap star in the building.
Yeah. Craftable Things, welcome. Thank you for coming. Okay, yeah. So look, I've been quiet for way too long in that last answer. Okay. Do not hijack my interview.
Hey, you asked me to give it to you. I'm giving it to you.
You guys, for y'all who were not here in the earlier part of the interview, Miguel Global is actually my brother, my real life brother. So if at any point I seem like I'm too comfortable with him, that's why. Because I am his little sister, and it is my job to flatten everything that he has going on.
Yeah, that's true. He's my biggest hater, really, in real life.
No, for real. Like, if there's a whole bunch of people in the room like, oh my God, Miguel, you're so cool. You're so nice. I'm the one in the back that like, yeah, shit. Oh, but it's okay. We understand each other. He know I am, I don't have very many people in my life that I'm extremely proud of. And he literally is at the very top of the list of things and people that I am very proud of. So although I'm in the back like, it's just because I have to keep him grounded.
I got you.
It's my job. Educated natural, don't look. You already know I don't have no sense. Let me see. All right. No. Okay, yeah. So as I mentioned, you are a t-shirt maker. What made you get into, because regardless of whether it's a business thing or not, you still are very good at it. Right. Y'all, when I say I done taught a lot of people how to do this, all different, learning levels. And I literally gave him 3 words and he just took it and was gone. Like, and I was like, hold on, how I taught you and you better than me. So what made you get into t-shirt making?
It's simple. Supply chain, right? I'm a business guy. I understand marketing. And over COVID, I also own a recording company as well. So, I mean, I'll do music forever. That's my passion. So I had an artist as well as a new company forming at the same time. And I went online and ordered, I don't know, $200-300 in shirts from a very reputable, I think it was customink.com. There you go. It was customink.com. And they destroyed my shirts. They just hands down destroyed them. And it wasn't the fact that they messed them up. It was the fact that the service, it's okay, we made a mistake. What you going to do after?
Yeah.
They didn't do the right things to fix it. So I said, listen, I paid for the lesson. Matter of fact, I still have the shirts in here with the tags on them. I won't even wear the shirts. It's just because it wasn't to my standard. So I talked to you because I know you were just at that time really getting on the surface of doing shirts. And I said, tell me in a hunch of things, is it beneficial to you? Because if I can learn it and then train somebody else to come in here and do my own shirts, then I can control the supply chain. Meaning, over a course of a year, if I was spending $4,000 in shirts, why don't I just buy all the equipment and I can pay somebody $10 an hour to come in here and run them? Luckily, we were on COVID, right? And I'm an entrepreneur. I can't help that. I'm always looking for a way. And so at the time, my wife was getting into real estate, and we had to brand her. So, I'm her personal branding person. So, she set an appointment with me. Can you help me grow my real estate business? And so I said, okay, we need shirts, we need these. And so I said, you know what? Forget it. Let's make the $1,000 investment. You told me what to buy. And of course, I just took off from there and did it my way. But what I didn't realize is I made my music shirts. I made her real estate shirts, some giveaways. And when I looked at the money I saved, it was totally worth it. And then I said, you know what? I spend hundreds of dollars on shirts when I go to Miami and stuff. Forget that. I got this thing. Let me go ahead and just make my own shirts that I wear, not to sell, but just, you got to be authentic and organic. Everybody got the same shit to shop at the mall. So I said, let me just make a few things. So I came up with a signature line of Miguel Global. And I'll just tell you, off that one hoodie, a shirt, without selling it, this is me walking in the mall at the airport, I probably paid for all of my equipment 4 times just off that one shirt. And then people start asking for other stuff. And I just said, hold tight. You can't do too much. And I know my limitations. And I said, look, we had created an online store and all. I said, pull it off. That's not what I want to be into. But we use it now to do things in-house and for exclusive things for video shoots. But I already paid for it now maybe 7 times in one year. So it's a win. Even if you're not trying to get into t-shirts to directly monetize it, what I save in a year was totally worth me learning a new skill set.
Yeah, for sure. One thing about t-shirt making is you really have to have a love and a passion for it, because it can get long, and it can be something that really requires a lot of time and attention, especially when you bringing in a lot of customers. Like it really can turn into a thing, which you already know from me doing cakes. I don't mind I already know what it is to be in a space for long periods of time creating, but I can do it sitting down now, so I don't mind.
For me, I don't really have a lot of bad habits. Other than being really OCD with, when I'm all into something, I am all thrusted inside of it. But when you, my goodness, why did I just go on Miguel's TikTok? Lord, keep my waistline in check.
But before we go further, what's up, 12 Gone Apparel? What's up, 12? Welcome. Yeah, look, I was gonna tell y'all going over to Dr. Flavor on TikTok. Let me tell you, it will definitely mess you up. I look, at one point I couldn't even go on there because I'm not eating nothing but fish right now. So and when I wasn't eating even fish, I was like, I can't go up there because it really just messes you up.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, on my Instagram, I have posted so much food that when I'm stuck and don't know what to cook, I go through my own Instagram and say, oh, that looks good. It really problem solves time. When you think of Mark Zuckerberg and some of the high tech companies, Bill Gates, they wear the same clothes every day, right? It's because they said when they wake up, they don't want to utilize that much time allocation for decision making when they can use it to monetize their life. So for me, my TikTok and my Instagram has become it's like a menu. It's like a visual menu where I can say, I don't got to think. That's what I want today. That's what I want tomorrow. So
look, Educated Natural said, just no warning, Marcela. I'm sorry, Educated Natural. Look, I figured that once y'all got here and then y'all decided to go, venture around, you'd find it, which would be great. Okay. So the next, all right, if you could pick one platform, hold on. Okay, if you could pick one platform that you think would be the best in growing a t-shirt business, which one do you think it would be?
I think that anybody that tell you one is better than the other is not being rational. I think in today's landscape, you need as much coverage as you possibly can. Mm-hmm. You have to have so much coverage. I mean, I wrote my book, right? I wrote my book, and when I wrote this book, my only goal was to write this book and to shelf it. Okay, I wrote a book. I never thought that this book would evolve into what it has done. And I've cooked for A-list celebrities at massive events, big liquor companies, and they've sourced me out not because I'm a chef, but because of my look and the fact that I ain't a stuffy chef. Like, wow, he cool and he cook his ass off.
Yeah.
So I figured out that, okay, well, if the people really want this and they really this gung-ho for food, why would I not feed them per se? I mean, not metaphoric, but I'm just saying, why not keep giving it to them? So I got luggage. My wife got me this beautiful luggage imported from England. So all over this, all branded with He's Got Flavor. So guess what? When I'm walking through the airport, everybody look at luggage. So my bag, I take the long way to my plane. I mean, you know how many people looking at that? I got shirts that say He's Got Flavor. On Instagram, I brand one. On TikTok, the other. On YouTube, which I really need to work on that. Miguel Global Food and Travel. On Facebook is one. There is an all-encompassing feel from all of them. You know, it's like money. If you want to be wealthy, do you have one stream of income or do you have at least 5? Mm-hmm. You cannot rely only on one platform because the AI, you're up against a robot. Like I told you, you're up against machine learning. It will continue to change as behavior patterns change. So if you don't adapt to that, I think that you will lose.
Absolutely. 100%. Okay, so you guys, this is what we're doing today. This is a little different than what we normally do. Because although this is a little different than the way Tea Talk usually is, I want to add a little bit of sauce, no pun intended. Okay. So this guy right here, what's up, Pink Teas and Things? Welcome. Okay. So this guy, I feel personally, could sell salt to a slug. Okay. By nature, ever since we were children, he's always been very, very good at persuading people, mostly me. Okay.
Clearly not.
No, absolutely. Like, I mean, it's crazy. So we're going to see how good your persuading skills actually are.
What?
We're going to see how good you are at persuading.
Is this a job interview?
No, no, we're going to see. Okay. So you guys sit tight because we're going to see how good this guy, you better sip your tea again. This is going to be a good one.
I don't like my sister. I'm just letting all your audience know I don't really like her. So whatever she's about to do, I'm used to it.
He loves me very dearly. So anyway, okay. You have a faded black shirt, right? With dummies for hire on it. It has holes on it and all, the whole 9. How would you sell that to someone's grandmother?
I would say, listen, when we get older, we begin to appreciate the finer things in life. Who cares about color? Black is black, right? And most of us can't see it anyway when we get older. So you just know that it's black. All right. The second thing is, don't you get hot when you get older and sometimes the AC don't work? You got holes in this shirt right here. Let me tell you, this is automatically going to cool you off. And if you're worried about the shirt talking about a dummy, it is a conversation piece. You know, conversation is important when you get older. So if you just want to walk in the front of somewhere and meet a lot of people, wear this shirt. If I was a seller, I would probably say that to an older person.
Not built-in ventilation.
Yeah, exactly. Make you feel sexy. Okay. Stella got a groove back. She got holes in the shirt.
Okay, I'm not doing this with you today. Okay, y'all, I can't with this guy. You said what?
That was it bothers me that you have the mental capacity to think I'm going to ask him to sell a old shirt with dummies on it with holes in it. You should be checked.
Well, you know what? Maybe I should be. Look, y'all already know. They all know I need to be checked. Like anybody who up here don't know by now that I'm short a little, they're at the wrong place. Okay, the next question. You have a pink shirt with rhinestones and glitter on it that says Diva Life. How would you sell that to a mechanic?
There's a shirt with rhinestones and what?
And glitter on it that says Diva Life.
Diva Life. How would you sell it to who?
A mechanic.
Oh, this is easy.
Okay.
You ever laid underneath a car and you have that little mirror that you try to reflect and see where the nut is before you go, and you always drop it and bang your fingers? Forget the diva part. You wear this shirt, you can see everything from the top to the bottom. It's going to make your job faster. But you know that's true. That's true.
What about the pink part?
Huh?
What about the pink part?
You ain't say pink.
Yeah, I said pink. Pink shirt with rhinestones and glitter.
But it wouldn't matter. You said rhinestones and glitter all over the shirt. Who cares about the color? Listen, mechanics want to make money. They don't give a shit what color it is because oil going to be on it anyway. So this is just minor details. And guess what? The mechanic could be a woman too.
That is true.
Exactly. I know some good women mechanics.
Whatever.
Melanie, this is definitely a setup. This has nothing to do with what she was. But I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna roll with it for her.
This is not a setup. This is look, it's not my fault that just because of who you are, your interview is pent up tight. We ain't usually pent up tight here, so we got to add some laughter into the building. Look, MW fam, throw some flowers up in the comment section so he know what it is. All right, the last one. You have a wool shirt that says sensitivity on it. How would you sell this to someone with sensitive skin?
These are the dumbest fucking questions I ever heard. Hold on. Okay, you have a wool shirt. I'm glad. I mean, you are your own entertainment today. Hey, y'all, she's going to laugh for about an hour. I know this laugh. This is all about her. I'm glad that this was your therapy. All right.
Over.
So,
y'all, look, Educated Natural said, this for little sisters do. Trust me, I know. Listen, y'all, I can't deal. When I say I can't deal, okay, so what is it? You have a wool t-shirt that says sensitivity on it. How would you sell it to someone with sensitive skin?
Well, it depends on what they're sensitive to. They may not be sensitive to wool. And they may be so sensitive that the wool provides a barrier.
Okay.
See?
Wait a minute. Look, okay. So how you gonna sell it to them then?
Well, you may not have to sell it. They might just like the shirt. You didn't give me enough details to make a sale. You just said, how do you sell it to someone with sensitive skin?
How do you convince them that they need this wool shirt?
I don't think that you sell it to them.
Okay,
I got you. I got you. You know what you do?
What?
You go out in the cold of winter where it's freezing. Maybe you watch where they park, you steal their coat. You know, the whole point of selling is to satisfy a need. If at that moment someone feels like they need something, they'll buy it, even if it's an impulse buy. So you got to create the right atmosphere and conditions to sell a wool shirt. You couldn't sell it in the summertime, but if it's cold enough, you can sell it. So maybe I would try to create the conditions.
Right.
And show them that it's better. You know what they say? They said that you rather be cool and broke, or not so cool with a pocket full of money. So I don't think with a wool shirt on. At least you're warm.
Educated Natural said, "See, did you give her your juice today because she's on one too?" Yeah, Educated Natural, whose side are you on here? Okay.
I think she on my side. She know I could cook. She went on my TikTok.
Exactly right, because she trying to get in good with you, so she can get some food, and then she done threw me under the bus in the process. Like, what are we doing here? Hey, and see, you right along with her. What's up?
That's good social media.
What we doing? I got 2 jobs here today. I got interviewer and I got little sister. Sometimes the second one got to peek in just a little bit.
Well, you damn sure peeked.
Okay. What should be okay? So now we're gonna get back to the real questions. That's done. That's done with. What should be the main focus, marketing wise, when starting your t-shirt business from the ground up?
Well, I don't think marketing is, in my opinion, as a marketer, I don't think that would be the primary thought process. I think the development of it is most important, the idea concept. Do I have enough money to pay for the right tools? Because here's the problem with most businesses. They get in over their head and they don't think long enough. So their execution is not very thorough, right? I just want to make t-shirts. I'm going to buy a Cricut. I'm going to buy 3 shirts and some vinyl. I got a business making t-shirts. No, you don't. You have a couple pieces of equipment, but to really run a business, you have to be able to keep up with demand, right? If you want a credible business. So I think the first step is to really think out, what is your target audience? Is it the one-on-one? Is it family reunions? Is it a big corporate account? And make sure in the beginning that you have the proper tools. That's like being a hustler, but you don't have enough supply, right? It's very short-lived. I think marketing comes in when you finally master your craft, because then you don't have time to figure it out. People want, this is what I want. This is when I want it. Can you deliver? And I think you'll be hustling backwards if you haven't mastered those steps in the beginning.
Right.
When a company calls me in, when a company, even today, when they call me in, like I am doing some work now for a company in Israel. And when they called me in, they had already had the best developers in the world. They already created the app. They already created the prototype. They already built the platform. And then when they were ready and they fine-tuned most of the bugs, they called me as an expert marketer to look at this as if it was nothing, like from blank, and say, okay, now how do we fine-tune this? Because marketing has language. So you have MW Clothing, maybe 12 Gone Apparel, or the Educated Natural, or whomever these people are in your network. They all selling t-shirts. All of you are selling t-shirts. So while you can sell trade secrets to say, well, this is how I make this shirt, or if you use this tool, you're able to line the shirt up more efficient to make it faster. But the marketing comes in on, and that's what's going to separate you from everyone else. If your marketing is not very strong and very unique and eye-catchy, then you'll just be a person that can make shirts on a local level, and you'll never get those bigger accounts, because marketing, here's a tip. And if you guys are like, okay, well, what is marketing? Like, if you could sum it up, I always say it's like winking in the dark. Nobody sees you. You got to remember that, right? So think of great marketing, the opposite of winking in the dark. So you can have all these great things going for you, but if you do not market properly, you're winking in the dark and nobody sees the wink. So think about that. It's a very simple thing to remember. But whenever you make an initiative, you like that, don't you? Whenever you do something.
First of all, I'm sitting here like, please, guys, we can't be in here looking crazy, winking in the dark. Like, we cannot wink, and you are here so that we are not winking in the dark. You know, we want to make sure that we are basically getting as much exposure as we can, but trying to figure out a strategy with it. Look, I can't deal with Taryn.
and look at this right here. Here's something else, right? So if I was a person I was going all in on t-shirts. Yeah, you could use some social, you could use Pinterest, whatever your platforms are. If I said, how do I scale this? I'll tell you what I did during the pandemic. I said, how do I get, this was a very brilliant strategy, and I've never shared this publicly, but I'm going to share it now. But I need to make sure y'all listening to this. So all the people here, I need y'all to put a thumbs up or say, let's go, or something like that to let me know y'all listening to this. Because this is a very creative strategy that you possibly can use in your own business. If y'all ready, let me know you're ready.
Y'all put thumbs up in the comment section before he give this, so he know that you are listening. Pink teas and things. Let's go. All right, hold on. We waiting on everybody. All right, Vivian, what's up?
Let's go.
Thumbs up.
That's enough. We got enough. So this is what I did. I said, look, I have this t-shirt equipment. The pandemic is terrible. Nobody wants to be seen in public. It's harder to arrange Zoom calls in my kind of business. So I told my wife, I said, you know what? Let's pivot. She said, what do you mean? She was trying to spend all of this money, and my wife is in here somewhere, and she's probably going to come up here and be like, don't say that, but I'm going to tell the truth. She was spending all this money on growing herself as a realtor, and I said, listen, you're pissing in the wind. Like, this will be zero effective. Do not read on Google how to become a top real estate person, because the person is making hundreds of millions a year is not teaching you online. Okay, they're not. They're too busy selling. But here's the idea. I told her, I said, we have this t-shirt equipment. What if instead of pushing real estate, we use t-shirt printing as a means to promote the business. So this is key what I'm telling you guys. You can apply this as an extra revenue source and to tell people why t-shirts or branding on garments is very valuable. So I said, listen, I want you to look in a 5-mile radius from where we are, and I want you to find 10 of the top businesses that could benefit from a lot of branded masks. She was like, what do you mean? I said, they could benefit from a lot of branded masks. You can't go into these businesses and say, I'm a real estate person. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to hear you in a pandemic. But what we can do is we can create a flyer and we can already pre-print them a mask. So for example, if it was AutoZone, I went online, stripped their logo, redesigned it perfectly, printed it on a black mask, put it in a perfectly sealed thing with a flyer in the back. It looked like an amazing hello. This is my gift to you. I went to the top preschools in the area. I went to coffee shops. Why? A lot of people go in coffee shops. And we picked 10. And what I did is I said, I'm going to create these. You are going to go to the business and say, hi, we're just a very local mom and pop printer. We work out of the home, but we wanted to give you this because we're new to the area, which was a lie. We weren't new to the area, but it was an amazing conversation starter. Why? We were giving something. We were not asking for something. Mm-hmm. We were offering. We came with an offering. And how much does one mask really cost you to make?
Nothing.
Jack shit, right? It doesn't cost you anything. So we went around and we gave that till about 15 of them. And I'm going to tell you, our phones blew up. But here's the key. Our phones blew up. It actually made me eventually have to stop promoting. It was such a brilliant thing that they said, hold on, this mask, did you create this? Do you do towels? Do you do see what happened? It was bait. We threw a piece of bait out there as a courteous professional. And in business, give something. Don't be afraid. Stop always being on the take. And what this did is open up. But guess what happened? They called my wife back. And if they missed her, they heard, hi, this is Melanie Drage with real estate, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Now it was a segue for her real estate. And that's what we wanted. It wasn't really about the t-shirts and the masks, because the more monetary value was about the building the contacts. Real estate is all about networking and contacts. So if you are running a business, you can tell a potential client that may not want t-shirts, they may not want towels, they may not want hoodies. Listen, it's wintertime coming up. What better way than to do a hoodie and give it away to the CEO of a company? It's fucking winter. They're going to pull it out, even if it's to go to the grocery store. And you get what I'm saying? And every time they remember that gift, they're going to think about MW clothing.
Absolutely.
And when Christmas parties and stuff come up, hey, I was wearing your hoodie today and thought, could you do 500, 200 for my company thing? That's how you be creative in today's landscape. Give something. Stop being on a tape.
Yeah. But you know what? And that's one thing that's true, because I guarantee you almost everybody here that's a crafter, we got the crafter, t-shirt maker, whatever. We got overstock of extra white shirts, extra black shirts. Then we got extra masks sitting around or whatever. And it's doing better if you just press it up. And if nothing else, I mean, I think we can just press that extra shirt up and it'll be something to post on social media, you know, if nothing else. So I think that's a brilliant idea. That is gems for your hind pads. Look, t-shirt man Los is writing so fast. I can feel him all the way over here. He writing so fast. It's fire coming from his fingers right now.
But I'm serious. But that's the difference with today, right? You have to be very creative. It's so competitive. Everyone can start a business from home. And because of the stimulus check, it gave everybody an opportunity to be able to afford $500 or $1,000 to reinvest it. And some people went to crypto. Let's not even get on that, because crypto is what I do. I've been doing it for years. But some people do that. Other people take it and say, how can I flip this 1,000 and turn it into 6,000? I mean, now what I've invested in t-shirts, I mean, you wouldn't believe what I made off of it, just off of but I don't promote it. That's not what I do, because I can't sacrifice my primary pipeline of dollars. But if you think like that, if you think like that, I think you will definitely, that's marketing. It's not winking in the dark. It's hello, here I am. I know you're busy. I just have a gift for you and walk away. It's something about that approach makes people say, hold up. Well, no, I want to hear more. But if you approach them and want to get more, hold up, I'm too busy. So because you know human behavior, you have to figure out, how do I reach them differently?
Yeah, absolutely. What's up, big boy Prince? Welcome. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Pink's Teas and Things said that's what I did to get a contract with a local school district. Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? Basically, this whole winking in the dark concept is what we're all doing with, trying to build our social media platforms for whatever reason that you're doing it. The more you post, the more you kind of shining the light on yourself and not winking in the dark, that type of thing. So it's an amazing way to look at it. Okay, so do you think that old school promotion is better, or do you think social media is better, or do you think both of them are necessary?
That's a great question. I think one of the reasons why my wife and I have such a friendship, it doesn't feel like a marriage. It feels more like a friendship. And that's a good thing. I think one of the reasons is because we always like this when it comes to business. I mean, Lulu, we coordinate meetings in this house. Oh yeah, her name is Lulu, if y'all don't know.
Y'all did not hear nothing he just said. But if you didn't hear him, good.
we coordinate meetings in this house because we're both so busy mentally, and it's funny because of that. We typically come to the table with our perspective. Mm-hmm. She is from a totally different thinking than I am. Mm-hmm. I truly believe that guerrilla marketing trumps anything. And by guerrilla marketing, I mean getting in front of people's face and understanding the law of averages. And I'll give you an example of what I mean for those of you that are still here. I used to be in the music. Well, I'm still in the music business, but not in the front like I used to be. And when I wanted to grow myself, I had no money. I made a little small studio. I paid for some equipment. I had a few clients, but they only took care of the expenses. I could never get ahead and make any additional money. So I tried to think very hard, what could I do? I was producing music and doing this. And I said, you know what? Nothing beats getting people in their face. I could send you a text message, but I'm 99.9% confident that if I get you in my presence, 5 minutes, I got you. Mm-hmm. And that's not saying take advantage of you. That's mean you're going to believe what I'm saying because you're going to feel passion. You're going to look in the eyes. There's no barrier. Like, I'm right here. This is real life. So I came up with an idea, and that idea was I need to sell my own CD because I didn't have the money to promote my studio. And again, you guys could use the same thing for your business. I said, I don't have hundreds and hundreds of dollars or thousands for radio, but I need to do something that's very minute, but I can make some money right now. And so I created CDs in a way, not just to sell a CD. I went to Norfolk State University in Virginia, and I went to the mass comm department. And I asked one of the professors, could he refer me to 5 students that were mass communication majors that were interested in making about a couple $100s on a weekend. Obviously, that was easy. Long story short, 4 years later, I basically took, I think, every weekend for 2 years, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I paid one person $350, each person $350 a piece. I paid for all their travel, but they had to sell X amount of CDs, which allowed me to pay them, and it gave me 2/3 of the profit. So 4 years into it, I think I made $500,000. This is a true story. I've documented this on video. I have cassettes for days. This is way before social media was popping and we could really upload video. But I'll never forget that. And that really catapulted my career. Most importantly, branding. It made me known and well known. And guess what? By default, everybody wanted to know where I recorded the music at. What do you think they came to record? Well, I also happen to have a studio. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is that in the person approach, people really appreciate the person. $500,000. Now, mind you, maybe 200,000 of that I gave back to the people that helped me make it. But for years, I killed it. And I had one of the most popular studios in that area and later moved on to do bigger and best things. And the only reason why I closed it down is because I moved to Florida, not because it wasn't making money. It was, I had one of the best hustle games out there. And guess what? I never invested $1 6 years of running that studio of my own money. It was the streets money. It was a legal hustle, but it took some hard work. And I was number one in clubs. I was all over radio then, but they gave it to me. This guy's a hustler. I had radio interviews, and it's amazing what can happen is when you put yourself in front of people and they say, you know what, I respect this hustle. I really respect this hustle. I'm going to support this person. Social media has taken that away because we can create a facade, right? You don't know. I mean, the most weirdest shit I see is I see profile pictures of people, but then if you dig deeper into it, that is not what they look like. They have created this facade in order to attract you in. That tells you what social media is, not real life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, guys doing stacks and stacks and stacks of money, but they buying this money off of Amazon, including celebrities, showing, $1 million. They buying these little, $100 bundles because perception is reality, but that does not make you buy. Mm-hmm. That makes you say, ooh, I'll like. But what makes a person buy is a story and a level of engagement where they buy into you. So if you're not doing crazy amounts of video like this, like we're talking, so none of you have never met me before. At least when you walk away from this, whatever good piece of this, you probably gonna say, wow, I felt what he was talking about. Not because I sold you anything. And guess what? Maybe if you see my book, now you'll want to buy my book just because you had a connection with me, not because I sold you a book. Mm-hmm. That's the key to selling. The selling is making somebody feel like it's their decision, but really you lit the fuse. That's the key.
Yeah, for sure.
People buy from people they like. People support people they like. Mm-hmm. It don't matter what the world say. If I like you, I'll buy from you.
Yep. That's it. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's 100% true. All right, so I got another question here for you. If you had 24 hours to start a t-shirt business and have it up and running, what would you do with that time? So you got 24 hours. That's all you got. What are you doing with that?
So assuming I have all the equipment and everything is ready to go.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, bingo. I'm making sure my logo, number one. Brand identity. I'm making sure my logo is dope. I'm making sure my colors is good. I'm making sure I do some superficial, artificial mock-ups with my designs on attractive people, sex sales. So I'm going online using my resources on Google or Shutterstock, and I'm pulling really attractive people and I'm putting them on it. I don't give a fuck if I'm using Beyonce and Jay-Z. I'll do anything, right? Because if it's a public photo, you can do whatever you want if it's just for illustration purposes.
Right.
I'm creating an image in their mind that my shirts are connected to people that you like, right? Or the situations that you're comfortable with. I'm creating an account on all platforms, making sure that the user handle is very easy to remember. I'll get a few people to endorse it. I'm probably calling up homies. Hey, if I send you 2 shirts, could you put one on and could you wear it? If one of my homies got a beautiful girl, can you put her on it? Can you give me a testimonial? These are the things that come out. And I'm going to collect all of that as much as I can for the time period and not give it all out at once. I don't want to give it all out once, but I'm probably going to do that. And that's it. And just go hard. Listen, in business, you always create a pyramid, right? You know what the pyramid is? It's to say, here I am. So let me write down 10 to 20 people that I know 100% will support me. And then I'm going to ask, don't forget, not 50%. These are 100%, no matter what I put out, they will support it. You already got an audience right there. If you know, I don't care if it's 5 people, 2 people, go hard with those 100% supporters. You get them to do it. And then 100% supporter will at least get you 1 person. So by the end of the week, maybe you got 50 people already on you. That's 50 comments. That's 50 likes in 24 hours. And then you use that as momentum. Remember, nobody will support you if nobody supports you. I don't know why people like that. It's just the way it works. And testimonials, yes, somebody said it. Listen, the reason why nobody likes what nobody likes is because they cannot validate you. If you look at my Amazon reviews on my book, yes, I'm plugging it. If you look at my Amazon reviews on my book, the last couple says I was very intrigued by the comments. So the book sold because they read below on comments and said, wow, if other people like it, the chances are that I would like it also. It's just how it is.
Yeah, for sure. Fidel says, hold on, wait a minute, because I don't want, well, let me see. Fidel says, hi, everyone. Been trying to say hi, but no idea how to do it. Look, everybody say hello to Fidel. He here, he watching. I appreciate you for watching. Let's show him some love for sure. But yeah, that's actually a lot of great information to do in 24 hours for sure. Like a lot of good information. Okay, networking is a big part of business. Keeping contacts open is very important. How do you manage to keep all of your business contacts open, especially with all that I'm sure that you have?
So this is probably the most valuable question you have asked someone like me. It's because I'm the first to tell you, I could not, first God, that goes without saying, but I could not be here where I am without the layup. And the layup in business is when somebody else is not introducing you or speaking on your behalf. So I say this everywhere I go, is that the sum of you are measured by the people you hang around, right? So if everybody broke and you hang around, you're going to be broke. If everybody around you got to fail in business and that's who you benchmark yourself against, you will fail sure as you born. If everybody's like to go left and you think you want to go right, your ass is going to eventually go left because something happens with the brain. You resist it, but because you hang around it, oh, you think it's not so bad. And then eventually you fully integrate into who they are, right? The reason why money and power, if that's what your circle is, the reason why you will eventually get it, it's something that miraculously happens because people with money and power got there for a reason. And if they like you in their circle, they're going to show you how to get it so that you're not begging off of them. You get what I'm saying? Like attracts like. So when I go out, there are a lot of things that I do, and we can't get into all of them here. But over the last 10 years, I don't network enough, but comparable to my peers, they say that that's your strongest. Man, you have managed to get yourself wrapped up into some very powerful people or influential people that others are very envious over. And guess what? I'm all about, I'll take you around those people if you're around my circle, because again, you learn from people that are up there is that they're not stingy. You know, hey man, come in here, go help yourself. You know, you want that $300 bottle of this, and you know, you want the good scotch, you know, that's different. But when you're around other people, nah, man, don't touch that. They, you know, they're so greedy. So for me, I really thank God for my energy, because my energy has changed over the last 15 years. And that energy, if you don't believe in that, you should seriously take some time to figure that out. It's no different than when we walk into a room and we just naturally don't like somebody. You ever been there? You just like, oh, I don't like that person. It's because the energy, you can feel energy. But you ever seen somebody walk in the room and like, damn, they must be somebody. Well, this is how energy attracts. Like attracts like. So when you educate yourself and you become more confident and you become more aware, you make a mention to read and gain more knowledge, your confidence as a default automatically comes up. Now you are capable to sit in the room with other people. So if nobody's liking you in the crowds that you want to be in, that's a you problem. That means that you are not at the level where you could have those discussions, or you just trump out, you just sit there and get quiet because you feel like you don't belong. But when you're over here with the homies and they talking about nothing, you feel comfortable. So that's where you need to kind of shake yourself up and say, wow, what did I do over the last 10 years? I hated reading. I hated reading as a child. I got minimal grades in English, not because I wasn't smart. It's just I had no interest in it. But guess what? Most of the people I was around didn't give a fuck how they spoke. You know what I'm saying? What's up, homie? That's how they were. So why should I care about English? But when I began to get around people who really cared about how I spoke, and the fact that saying 100 times and like, people with influence and money, they don't want that around them. And you have to respect that. People always say, oh, well, when you made it, you changed. No, I just realized that this is not the company I want to keep anymore. So over the last 10 years, you know, I have very reputable, incredible people call me and say, Miguel, what's on your reading list this month? That's a compliment. Fuck telling me I got nice shoes, nice shirt. When they say, Miguel, hey, I was thinking about you today. What's on your reading list this month? Give me a good book. I mean, these are the people I look up to. But in conversations, when I speak to them, they say, wow, this guy has some insight on a lot of areas. I want to read what he's reading. And that's how you become great. Then you network with people that you don't even have to ask for help. They just give it to you. Strangers will give you more help than the people closer to you. If you don't believe that, you lost. Forget your friends, forget your family. And when I say forget them, I mean relying on them to help lift you up. It ain't going to happen for the majority of us. It's a complete stranger that's going to help you get to the next level because they're non-biased and they see something in you that they like and they want to give. I mentor people all the time. I have grown men who say, can I call you brother and pick your brain? I mean, that's a compliment. But guess what? I try to make sure if over a year I'm running out of people above my level, I say, well, look, I'm going to learn how to play golf. One of the big things about playing golf was I hear it'll put me into the realm of people that's doing much better than I am. I need to replace my cup and fill my cup back up with some challenge. And I need to learn something. So if you're not around people where you learning something, why are you there? Just like none of y'all sitting up here right now would stay on this live if this was full of crap. You only hear, obviously, maybe you're getting something from this. And networking has been key. I don't have to say that list, Lou, you know. I have ended up in places and people say, how the hell did you meet this person? Or how the hell did you do that person? I'll tell y'all one quick story. And he's my guy. Omari Stoudemire, NBA, played ball, played for Miami Heat. I'm at an event with Du Jour magazine. And I was at the bottom of the food chain. I mean, you got the mayor, you got everybody there, but I managed to know somebody that got me into that event. I needed to network because I'm in business development. I'm walking by, and here's a number one tip. Perception is reality. And if your clothes and your image is not to the nines when you walk in these places, you have lost. You are invisible. You are winking in the dark. How you get attention is you got to look like you belong there. So if there's ever a time to invest in yourself when you go to a big event, fellas, invest in a badass suit. Now, I will never pay $500 for a t-shirt or $400 for a t-shirt in my life, and I got money. But I will pay $300-$400 for some dress shoes, and I have and will pay $2,000 for a suit. Guess why? That suit will last me at least for the next 10 years, and you best believe the people with money, they're watching that suit quality. Broke people, they don't give a shit, but the people with money that's sitting at the table, hey, brother, nice suit. What's your name? So in that night, I'm dressed, I thought was nice. Omari Stoudemire walked by me and said, hey, damn, who is your stylist? Now listen to this. I don't have a stylist. I don't have a stylist. It was me. But he said, damn, boy, who your stylist? You know what I said? Now, what do y'all think I would say? I would have been a sucker to say, nah, man, I don't got no stylist. Why would I kill the dream? I'm in sales. Don't kill the fantasy. You know what I said to him? Because I was around somebody with some pizzazz and taught me the right way to communicate. When you're being charming is all about knowing what to say, right? I went just like this. I said, let me tell you, man, I looked on the guest list and they said, Omari Stoudemire going to be here? I said, I got to bring my A game. That's it. That's all I said to him. He bust out laughing. I can show you a million pictures. This is how the world works. We go home that night, the next day, 10 a.m. I don't know how he found me. He reached out to this person. This person said, whoever that guy was, get me his number. I want to invite him to my mansion party. See? That's how I meet people. I was no pressure. I didn't do anything, but I looked the part and my response was equal or better to what he wants to hang around. And if you don't figure that out, you will never win and be wealthy. You will never win and have a strong network of people. It doesn't require money. It requires you to be improved. And I have to answer this question. Somebody asked, what was in my reading list? So I have 3 offices in my house. And my main one, I'm going to give you all these nuggets. This is one of the new books I'm reading. You may or may not have read this. Powerful book. Let's see.
While you look, welcome, Best Uni. Welcome. And this is Miguel. This is Miguel Global. A whole bunch of stuff he's giving, and also Best Uni. He is my brother.
Hey, I'm done now. I'm about to send my cash app out here to y'all. I'm telling you, I charge money for this shit. My cash app is $Miguel Global. I ain't gonna be getting this for free.
Whatever.
I bet you somebody sent me $5. I bet you somebody sent me $5.
First of all, hold on. I gotta correct you on something. Everybody who is in this comment section right now, you know, when you were saying that people that are your people that you don't know will support you more than friends and family.
Yeah.
These people in this comment section every single week, they are here supporting me. They all comment on things. They are such supportive group of people. I appreciate all of y'all. I mean, every one of you guys are amazing. The Best Uni just posted in on YouTube. I mean, everybody here, I got to give it up to you guys, because I believe that even if this guy right here was just not the best, you guys would still support me somehow, and I appreciate y'all. But being that he is okay, y'all stuck around. Anyway, Mastery, Robert Greene, that's a great book. And what else did you have? The Science of what was that?
I mean, I read all the time, but just those two for now, without giving a whole laundry list. Yeah. You know, I hate a person that when you go to a concierge and you say, what's a good steakhouse? And he say, well, if you go here, you'll find Charlie's best steak. No, but if you go over here and they give you like 80 places, like, why did I even ask you? Yeah. So I like to limit people because it's all about focus. So if you don't have those in your reading library, powerful. I read books that billionaires read. I always look, and you can look it up on the Business Weekly. There's always a list I type. What are the top books on the billionaires reading list? And guess what? Those are the people that I want to have discussions, and I do have discussions with. So I want to make sure that, I can relate. I don't want to sit at a table and say, oh, that's not my topic. And I am one of those people. We could talk whatever you want, because I've been to 100 countries. I've traveled the world. I've spoken on stages of thousands of people, and I'm humble. I still go to the hood. I still like a cheesesteak. I can fit in any setting, and being dynamic is one of the key things that will separate you from most people, because people born into money, they fear a hostile environment. I don't fear that. That's what I came up in. But I've learned how to smooth my edges out and put on a suit and look like I belong in it. And I can also rock sweatpants and a fitted, which is my normal attire if it's not business. And people will appreciate that authenticity. And if you figure that out in your own right, I think you'll be great.
Absolutely. What's up, Unbiased? How are you? This is the last question, then I'm going to turn you over to the comment section. So y'all go ahead. If y'all have any questions, this will be your perfect time. What is the most difficult customer you've ever encountered?
That's tough. So I've been in the diamond business. As y'all can see, I'm Jamaican. So
what's up? Is it Shell Sweets? What's up?
So as a consultant, let me explain what I do. So I have a company called M Group Consulting. So my website is mgcbusiness.com. That's my main company. So I help startups. I help people with brand ideas. I help bigger companies increase sales. Sometimes I'm the face of companies because I'm a little articulate and I speak on behalf of companies. So I've been involved in a lot of different businesses, but one in particular where it was always sell was the diamond business. And I probably generated, I don't know,
too much,
$4 million a week in sales. Over the last 8 years, maybe $250 million or more, maybe more than that. But what I'm saying is the most difficult sale that I ever had was the person that wanted to spend the least. It is always the cheapos. That will be your hardest sell ever. And no matter what your business is, it's the nickel and dimers that will give you your stripes the most. And the people that spend a lot of money will be the easiest. And I think the most difficult one I ever had to deal with, not only did they spend the least, they had all the questions. They act like the world was coming to an end. But you know what? I've learned more from the cheap people. And some of those people really thought they were spending a lot of money, and you can't persecute them for that. I mean, $500 may actually be a lot to them. So one of the things that has made me a great salesperson, and I have been a world trainer, I have trained some of the best salespeople in the world. One of my gifts is I tell them this: the person that wants to spend $1, you treat them like they're magic. The person that wants to spend $500 million, you treat them like they're magic. They will know the difference. And you have to become comfortable. You have to become comfortable with talking to people that have a lot of money, and you have to become comfortable with talking with people that have a little bit of money. Because the person that spends a lot, they're buying because of the vibe. They say, "Oh, you look like you do this, and you look like you're going to do me right. Great." But if you, let me go back and calculate this, they can say, "Oh, you're not the right person to handle me." I'll never forget that TV show, and this is a lesson in sales. 50 Cent walked in on one of the movies, and he had a bag full of money, and he said, "I want that car right there." This is real life sales. He said, "I want that car right there." And the top salesman of the company made all the money, was like, "Well, first I need to see your ID, and we have to run a credit check." He said, "I didn't ask you all that. I'm going to pay for this car. Let me see it." "Well, we have protocol." There was a sales guy that walked by. Why? He connected. He knew what he wanted. He walked by and said, "Excuse me, I got this." He just gave him the fucking key. He said nothing. He gave 50 the key. 50 bought the car, gave him the bag, and said, "There's an extra 50,000. Keep that in your pocket," and walked off. The difference is, in sales, you need to know your demographic. And I teach that a lot. You have to know your target audience. Some people you have to A, B, C, D, you have to be formal. Most people, the magic comes and your success comes when you least expect it. And if you're not equipped to deal with that type of person, it may not come back around again for a very long time. And that comes from reading, that comes from growth, that comes from watching stuff like this, that comes from being in environments where you're extremely uncomfortable. Listen, it's cool to be cool, but cool don't pay your bills. I tell people that all the time. Cool don't pay bills. Most of my media network, they're not in my demographic. They don't like what I like, but so what? It's business. You're not supposed to like what I like, but we agree. There's a common ground that we agree on in some type of way. And I don't conform to who they are. I stay organic. I don't do what I say I won't do, but if I give you my word, I'll do it. And that's something that can be across the board. But I learned 15 years ago that I had 50 dudes at any given time that would walk around with me and go places. But guess what? I had the least amount of money, but I had a lot of what appeared to be street clout. But that's because I was paying for everybody. Everybody will be your friend if you're giving them something. But what happens when you cannot provide for somebody and they're still there for you? I always say a measurement of a person is you can't do anything for me, but yet I still want to be here for you and work with you. Mm-hmm. That's a salute. That's when someone salutes you. Mm-hmm. But when you say, "Oh, I got all these friends," and I'm like, "Yeah, but what are you doing for them?" "Well, I do that." "Well, of course."
Yeah.
Pull away the plug. See how many people drop with it. Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's for sure. So now, y'all, it's time to start. Hold on, let me go down here. Welcome, EOO. The last book was Mastery by Robert Greene. Absolutely. Robert Greene also has the 48 Laws of Power. And what else does Robert Laws of Seduction?
Art of Seduction.
The Art of Seduction, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right, you guys. So we got a few more minutes. We're gonna go ahead and put some questions. Any questions y'all want to know from Miguel on marketing your t-shirt business? It's the perfect opportunity. The best unit said, I'm loving this guest. Best unit being fresh over there, I can tell. And Best Uni is definitely one of those people. She has sometimes Best Uni actually has more to offer than the people that she supports, but she still supports with no expectation, and I love her for it. Absolutely love her for it. So I want you to go ahead and give out all your social media information before we go. Where can they find you? Where can they find the book? Where can they find your podcast? All of that.
So my podcast, I took a break. So it's not really important to promote that. It did very well first year, but again, I'm only one person, can't manage it too much. So, but the easiest way to get in contact with me is on my Instagram and my TikTok. So my personal Instagram is Miguel Global. That's kind of simple. It's Miguel, Miguel Global, Global. That's my personal. My Instagram cookbook is He's Got Flavor, spelt just like that. And my most popular food is TikTok. Like I said earlier, it has almost a million likes, almost a couple 100,000 followers in only 3 months. It's only been 90 days. It's doing very well. And I have a lot of partners with kitchen companies, and it's crazy if y'all see my kitchen. So TikTok really has the benefit of companies reach out to you. I don't reach out to companies, but that's Dr. Flavor on TikTok. I think the Educated Natural was up there trying to take all the food stuff. But yeah,
we got a question here.
Yeah. How can you market in a small town or medium income area? Listen, small towns are sometimes great because the word can get out quicker than a large town. Smaller towns don't have as much competition. Maybe you only t-shirt game from the crib in town, or maybe it's not a lot of competition. And those people are more homemakers, family. There's always something going on, birthday parties, local groups. I always say join the club. I tell people all the time, join the local Ivy League things. You need to be associated with things that have access to a lot of people. And medium income doesn't matter. If you've learned in the pandemic, people spent more money they didn't have. A person will always do that because there's an emotional aspect with spending that makes people temporarily, as I say, temporarily feel better. So there will always be consumer. People will always be the consumer, and they will always purchase and buy shit that they can't afford. So as long as you're able to reach them, that really doesn't matter. But let me go back to, so Miguel Global, He's Got Flavor, and of course, my TikTok. Those are the most important. My book is actually available on my website, he'sgotflavor.com, as well as stuff like this. I was trying to show you this earlier, Lulu. Talk about branding and marketing. I'm always thinking of the next level. So this was the logo that made me thousands and thousands of dollars on my t-shirts. But then I said, I send out so many packages. I said, I'm missing the opportunity by using the Postal Service boxes. So I'm going to do a curated box. Mm-hmm. So as the shit's passing all around, people at least see my logo. And when you open this up, I have used t-shirt to the next level. I'm all about presentation. So I got a nice little card for them. I got a customized embroidered apron. Look at that. Use the t-shirt machine. I got a nice mug. I got a pot holder. And of course, I got the book. And that's all about marketing, right? Because why? I can command a higher price for this, but the perceived value is very, very strong. It's something really good to consider when you're packaging your products. So somebody might not want a t-shirt, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody might not want a hoodie. But if there's a hoodie, there's a t-shirt, and there's a couple other things, if the perceived value is very strong, they will pay the extra money for the perceived value. So stop nickel and diming yourself. You need to have some products out there for people with more money. And guess what? Oftentimes that makes up for the little people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep. Taryn asked a question. How did you get your cookbook published, or did you do it yourself?
That's a great question. So if you look at my books, I'll give you guys a sneak peek. This is a very, because I'm a marketing guy. So if you look at the quality of this book, it's a very, very, very high quality book. So what I decided to do is I arranged all the photo shoot, did everything myself. And I could have published it because I know how that works. But I also told you guys earlier, perception is reality. So I wanted to place higher on other outlets. So I went through a publisher in Orlando that I know. She's sick. So if you guys ever look to get something published, let me know. But I used her because when you are not your own publisher, it just, the optics look so much better. And again, I did this book thinking it was just a project, but it turned out to be amazing. It's been #1 for a very long time, and it always stays within top 100 somewhere near on Amazon. And now I'm writing number 2 because you got to keep up with demand. TikTok is crazy. They nuts, man. You know, I'm getting thousands of followers a day here lately.
Absolutely. Wait a minute, let me see. Shell Sweet said, I work at the post office, and yes, boxes always catch my attention. So that proves your theory to be right.
Yeah.
Educated Natural said,
Oh, she just bought it.
Look, see, let me tell you. Educated Natural, she be on it, all the way on it. Right. Seek, I'm gonna need you to act like you ain't hear it. How about that? Act like you didn't hear that. You called me what you called me. I keep telling you, look, you don't hear me calling you what I call you. Am I calling you that up here? I'm talking to you, Mr. Global.
What'd you say?
I said, you don't hear me calling you what I call you up here. You calling me by my sidekick name.
Yeah, it's natural.
All right. Let me see. Thank you, Seek, for watching for sure. Let me see. All right, hold on. Post office. Okay. All right, I want to make sure I got all y'all questions. Did they answer all y'all questions? Somebody throw me a hand if I ain't answer something that y'all asked. Oh Lord, wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Hold on. All right, but yeah, I appreciate. What's up, Matt the Goon? I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, so I hope that you guys learned something from this. Y'all already know. If you don't know, all my social media is here on YouTube. I'm Marcela's Way. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know. On Instagram, I'm Marcela's Way. On TikTok, I'm Marcela's Way. And on YouTube, on Facebook, I'm also Marcela's Way. So yeah, you guys, as you see, Talk has a new day, which is Thursdays here, 6:00. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. You know, we've been kind of having people in the community, but I wanted to give you guys a different type of value. I just so happen to have this one in my back pocket. So I appreciate you, Miguel Global, for coming on and dropping these gems, because you dropped a whole lot of them. A lot of them. So I appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all check out Miguel Global on Instagram and TikTok. Look, it's Dr. Flavor on TikTok. Y'all go check them out. If you haven't eaten yet, don't. Do not, because it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, that's true.
Hold on. God bless you all. Great show, Marcela Miguel. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. So you guys have a super great day. I will see you guys again soon. And if you missed that last video on how to sublimate on a napkin from a piece of fabric, I found it at the Dollar Tree. Y'all check out that video, okay? So I will talk to you guys soon.
All right, y'all.
See you guys later.
Peace.